Started. So welcome to the special weather briefing for October 22nd, 2020. Again, this is Jeremy with the National Weather Service in Spokane. So here's an overview of what we're looking at. We got a storm system that's going to be moving in on Friday, and during the morning we're going to be seeing light snow developing across north central and northeast Washington. Then as we go into the afternoon, that snow is going to increase across the region with moderate to heavy snow. And that's when we're going to begin to see some moderate impacts. Friday evening, the moderate to heavy snow continues. Also, given the time of year that we're in October, with a little more sun angles still warming the roads, there'll be the potential for increased impacts Friday evening as the road temperatures begin to cool and has a better chance of accumulating on the roadways. As we go into Friday night, the snow will be decreasing, but we'll still see gusty north winds beginning to pick up Friday night with blowing snow potentially over North Idaho. As we go into Saturday, the snow is going to be coming to an end, but we'll still have some cold wind chills to deal with as those north winds continue, with still the potential for some blowing snow over North Idaho. Then as we go into Sunday and Monday, we'll be looking at very cold temperatures. We're looking at the potential for record lows for some locations. So that's an overview of what we're looking at going into Monday. So as far as the impact outlook, this is looking like a moderate impact storm system across the region. This is a combination of snow or cold that this map is showing, so the impacts will differ depending on where you are, and we're going to go into those specifics next. But actually, before we get into that, when we're talking about impact definitions, so for moderate impact, this is the type of event that would typically occur a few times per year with widespread advisory level and local warning level impacts. Major impacts are typically used for events that occur infrequently with widespread warning level hazards. All right, so looking at the specifics. So we're going to start with eastern Washington and North Idaho. So for the snowfall potential, we're looking at moderate impacts for most locations with snow to heavy snow, except for the Lewiston area where temperatures are going to be a bit milder, where we're looking at more of a minor impact level with a combination of rain and snow. And then as we go into Saturday, the impact levels are expected to decrease as the snow tapers off, but we'll still see some minor impacts just due to the cold temperatures and gusty northeast winds, especially over North Idaho, where the strongest gusts are expected. And then as we go into the weekend for Sunday and Monday, widespread moderate impacts just due to the cold temperatures. And then we'll start to see those temperatures moderate as we go into the middle of next week, but still some cold temperatures lingering Tuesday morning. All right, looking at the impact level for north central Washington, overall minor impacts for Ritzville and Moses Lake, where the temperatures will be a bit milder with either rain or a rain-snow mix. And then for Wenatchee, we're looking at snow, but again, temperatures are going to be just maybe a little bit too mild to get moderate impacts. So we're thinking the impacts are going to be minor in Wenatchee proper. For Leavenworth and Omak, we're looking at moderate impacts from the snow. As we go into Saturday, we'll see breezy and cooler conditions. The winds will be a bit stronger down the Okanagan Valley, so we highlighted that as a minor impact. And then again, widespread moderate impacts due to the cold temperatures for Sunday and Monday. And then the same story with moderating temperatures as we go into the middle of next week. All right, so jumping now into the snow forecast. This is a difficult forecast because we're looking at quite a bit of precipitation moving into the region, but with temperatures hovering right around that freezing mark. So just a couple degrees temperature difference can make a big difference as far as how much accumulation occurs. Right now, we're expecting the highest accumulations in the Cascades, where we're looking at 4 to 6 inches in the valleys, as well as across northeast Washington and to the North Idaho Panhandle, where several areas are expected to pick up between 4 to 6 inches. Could also see close to 4 inches on the West Plains from Davenport to Airway Heights. But as you go further south, the temperatures are going to be more in question. So right now we have 1 to 2 inches in the forecast for Pullman with nothing for Lewiston. And we currently have winter storm watches encompassing much of northern Washington, the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area, going down to the Palouse. Now we have a way of showing uncertainty in the forecast by looking at multiple model scenarios that give us a confidence level of what may happen with this event. That's what we're going to go into next. And that is, this is the 90% chance of seeing at least this much snow. So we're expecting at least this much snow across the region, so at least 2 inches for the Spokane Airport, the West Plains area. But when we go to the potential for this much, you can see quite a bit higher amounts. So this is more of a worst case scenario, high-end amounts if those temperatures are, more in the 31 to 32 degree range versus the 34 to 35 degree range, which would significantly lower those amounts. This is the high-end scenario of what could happen. So wanted to put these maps in there to highlight that uncertainty with this storm system. All right, so potential impacts. Right now we're still in the season where we have the potential for extra loading on the trees due to the fall foliage and the deciduous trees. So for the areas that are highly populated and have this higher density of deciduous trees, there's a higher likelihood of snow loading on the trees, causing the weight of the trees to impact the power lines with downed tree branches, causing power outages. Again, with temperatures right around that freezing point, this is not a high confidence situation, but there is definitely that potential. Other potential impacts is a slick evening commute for Friday evening, as well as difficult travel on mountain passes. Also, this is early season snow, so not everyone may have those winter tires on yet. So that could also increase the impacts. Looking at the gusty winds, we're looking at challenging conditions, potentially for the utility companies, that if we do see power outages, we're going to be looking at the colder temperatures arriving with the wind chills getting colder. So with potential power outages and then the cold temperatures, it has the potential to cause some impacts there. All right, so as far as the temperature graphics go, a lot of these graphics are as of yesterday evening. So the latest forecast may be just a few degrees difference, but not significantly different. The main message we want to get across is that we're going to be seeing much colder temperatures. Sunday morning loads are going to be widespread in the teens with locally some single digits out there. And then for high temperatures on Sunday, some locations may not even reach the freezing mark with widespread highs in the 30s across the region. And then as far as the temperature trends go, so here is Spokane, Wenatchee, and Omak. You can see highs getting down to near freezing for Saturday, Sunday, Monday for Spokane, and then moderating towards the middle of next week. And similar story with the cold temperatures for Omak and Wenatchee. Looking at Idaho, similar story. High temperatures getting down to around freezing for Saturday, Sunday, Monday before moderating into the middle of next week. And for Lewiston, you see that big drop in temperatures as we go into the weekend, again with the moderation of temperatures. All right, so impacts from the cold temperatures. We're still in that time of year where not everyone has had their sprinklers blown out, and anything that's above ground that that may not have protection could see some damage. So potential impacts are winterizing, the outdoor irrigation systems, protecting the pipes from freezing, impacts to agriculture and livestock. Some of the fruit and that's out there may get damaged by these really cold temperatures. And so just some extra safety precautions is to limit time outdoors, bring in the pets, and dress appropriately. All right, historical context. We did have a storm last year in October that brought similar snowfall totals compared to what we're forecasting right now. And the snow loading on the trees did cause some trees to come down and for quite a few power outages. So there is the potential for a similar type of impact with this storm system. Now, as far as our confidence goes, right now we have moderate confidence for patchy blowing snow over North Idaho, as well as the snow amounts in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Where temperatures are going to be a bit more marginal for accumulating snow, we have just low confidence for Wenatchee, the Northern Columbia Basin, and the Palouse. And where temperatures should be just a little bit colder, we have higher confidence in our snow amounts for the northern valleys, the winds for Friday night, as well as those colder temperatures coming. All right, so that concludes the briefing. I am going to conclude my part of it.